Hello, I'm live again. Where's it glitching? Today I'm going to be talking about part 2 of stuff I hate, like opinions no one asked for. So if you guys have ever watched this show, Summer Camp Island, because Summer Camp Island, I don't know if it's finished yet, because it aired on like Cartoon Network. Now, when I look at a list of like the best and worst episodes, I mostly see episodes from season 1, part 2. And you're like, well, Carly, they made episodes from like season 1. I always thought, so they made 2 parts to season 1, which really annoys me. Because I remember like watching on demand, hold on. So back in Florida, I used to have I used to go to my grandparents' apartment, and they had Spectrum TV, where you'd watch News 13, and they had the show Summer Camp Island on demand. So they had cable. I always perceived season 1, part 2 as season 2, but apparently season 2 is a whole different season. Excuse me. So, yeah. So season 1, part 2 is definitely the downgrade of the season. So the first actual season, because I call season 1, part 2 basically season 2, but worse. So how do I say this? So season 1, part 1 was the best part because the episodes were actually great. So if you guys watch Summer Camp Island, you already know the 2 main characters are best friends, like Oscar and Hedgehog. And I'm like, you name your kid Hedgehog? And she is an actual hedgehog, but I don't know who in God's name names her that. Imagine naming a turtle. It's like, seriously? Like, names that don't make sense, part 1. Naming your kid who is a hedgehog. Now, the first part of season 1 was actually one of the best. Was like the best part of the show, and then you get to like the first episode of season 1, part 2, and it's horrible. Because Oscar in season 1, part 1 he wasn't stupid, but he wasn't very smart either. He was mainly the kid that was afraid of everything. Like, take the very first episode, he was afraid to go to camp because like the camp was full of magic and stuff, and he thought he was going to a normal summer camp. So like there's a scene, because like the cabins, you get your very own cabin, and there's a pool. I don't really know, but I think Oscar's cabin was the only one with a pool. Like the only one. I really don't know. It's probably others with a pool. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So I like how Oscar wasn't very brave, but not stupid either in season 1. He actually wants to face his fears, and that's good. I think I read this wiki, and most of the good episodes are from season 1, part 1. Now, I cannot say the same for season 1, part 2. Now, you know how I just said like a few seconds ago, Oscar wasn't stupid, but he wasn't the bravest person. He had flaws and stuff. He becomes full on dumb. Like, actually stupid. It's like, take Patrick, for example. I mean, Oscar's smarter than him by a wide mile, but take Patrick. Patrick Star from the SpongeBob show. I love that show, actually. He used to be, well, he was always stupid, but like in season 1, he was like the stoner friend. Now, I'm not saying Oscar was the stoner friend, but as the seasons went on, he became stupid. Personally, one of my favorite episodes from the series is called It's My Party. No, I'm not talking about SpongeBob. I'm talking about Summer Camp Island. It's My Party is like season 1, part 1. It's one of the best episodes, I think. It's like the part where one of the camp counselors, everybody hates one of these camp counselors. It's named Susie. Oh, I do not remember her last name. Well, she's Susie, and she's like a cat in a pink bob cut. And everybody hates her because she's mean to them. So her 15th birthday party, yeah, she's 15. I don't know why she's 15. I thought you had to be at least like 18 to be a camp counselor, but apparently not. Or I thought you had to be at least 17 to be a camp counselor. And she's 15. I don't know why. And like she's out on her own at just a summer camp, and she even has her own cabin. I'd say 14-year-olds because the first episode aired, and Susie was like 14. Now, oh hello. And I don't know how she lives at the camp. I don't know how you're gonna like leave a 14-year-old. I don't think they're mature enough to be left there. Anyway, so like the episodes are 15th birthday. Oh, here's a fun fact. The creator of the show voiced Susie. Her name is Julia Pott. In fact, you can go look her up on YouTube. Julia Pott. Pott has 2 T's in it. And she makes a lot of short films. I think the only one I actually remember is The Apocalypse. That one scares me. No, it's like, and both of her short films are for adults. Both of her short films, or maybe even more for adults, but Summer Camp Island is for children. Like, you're gonna make that for. Summer Camp Island definitely has a lot of uncomfortable close-ups and weird visuals, and that's something I hate. Anyways, so it's my party. Oh my god, I keep forgetting. I continually go off topic. So the episode, Oscar and Hedgehog have to plan a party for Susie's birthday, but oh no, will they get the kids to come? And like as they're setting up, nobody comes, and they like ask a cloud. They either ask the moon or a cloud, and they're like, "Oh, they're at that." They're like, "Where's the kids?" They're like, "Oh, they're at that cooler party over there." So what the party they go to, like the one where the kids are at, is my idea of a party. Like you can go look the episode up on like Amazon Prime, or you can buy the episode off YouTube. If you don't want to do that, then I don't know. I'll record the episode on Amazon Prime for you, guys. I promise. Anyways, I have a cold. So yeah. So eventually they're like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, we do not want to go to Susie's party. She's mean." And they're like, "Wait, I think I have an idea. You guys can you can say what you want about Susie, but every time you want to, you said the exact opposite. Like they're like, Susie, you're mean, and they're like, Susie, you're so nice. Like there's an actual scene. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know. I actually don't know. So yeah, they go, and Susie thinks there's something off. So since she's a witch, she transforms into Oscar. And like as Oscar, she goes up to the Hedgehog and she's like, "Alright, so what were the rules again?" She's like, "When we want to say something mean to Susie, we say the opposite." She gets really mad about that. And like the episode ends. Well, I'd say like the last 30 seconds of the episode, they are cleaning up, and Susie helps them clean up. In fact, that's a good episode. I think a bad episode in like season 1, part 2. I don't think there's any of that bad episodes in season 1, part 1. But I can name a handful of bad episodes to you guys. In fact, I have the list here. Oh my god, people like keep entering and leaving my stream. It's like weird. Alright, so I have my phone here. I looked up the lyrics for a music video. I'm going to animate that, so you guys stay tuned. This is the longest actually someone stayed on my screen, so okay, so worst summer, there we go, worst, so it's a summer camp, wait, what? Alright, Summer Camp Island. me show my phone. Last updated. Alright, let's look at the worst episodes. So, like, the best episodes are, oh my god, will this show the lighting? Are from season 1, part 1. In fact, the top 5? No, wait, the top 4. Yeah, the top 4. Not the top 5. And, like, the worst episodes, I'd say, like, the worst episode is called The Great Elf Convention. Convention is from season 1, part 2. It got a 4.67 on IMDb, and that's crazy, okay? That's actually crazy. Of course, there's other episodes from, like, season 5, and I really could care less about season 5 because all they did is, like, they're just making these episodes like Oscar and the Monsters Part 1. Oscar became such a main character in that series. But yeah, there's like season 1, part 2, also known as season 1, episode 40, The Library. They changed Oscar's voice. In fact, as time went on, he started to sound like Gumball, more like Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball, like this episode called Puff Paint, I think. 12 Angry Hedgehogs. Monsoon. I do not like Monsoon. I like it a bit, but like that, like I said, the show has a lot of unnecessary close-ups, and Monsoon is probably the most. Space Invasion, never seen that. Yeah, I'd say all of the episodes here are from season 5 or season 1, part 2, and I mean, I don't blame them. Like, the sound test, I've actually never watched that one. Surprise, surprise. Lemons nothing. Oh, season 3. Season 3? Season 3 is on here? Spell Crushers. I thought that used to be on, like, the best one. So, if you guys haven't seen the show, I totally forgot to say this. They made a kid named Max on the first day they were there. Spell Crushers is like top 5 worst episodes for me. Because I have actually never seen anything above season 2, surprise, surprise. I just left the show when I found out it got too magical. Or when I found out season 5. Season 1, part 2 was horrible. But yeah, Spell Crushers, they find out Hedgehog has a crush on Max. I'm like, ew, you have a crush on a bat? That's stupid. You have a crush on him? So all there is season Mop Forever. I have never seen Mop. Oh, Sneeze Guard. That's not a bad episode. Sneeze Guard's an actual good episode, I'd say. Haunted Camp. Oh boy, director's cut. A Barb is Born. They're only season 1, part 2, 5, and 3. I never saw an episode from season 1, part 1 here. Because it's probably okay, so best seasons? Okay, I can definitely see this. Oh, season 1 is the best season. 8 with like a shockingly high rating of 8.9. Season 3, I never really cared about season 2. Season 5? Season 4 is better than season 5. Come on. So let's look at the best episodes because honestly, I don't know. No, Fuzzy Pink Time Babies. Now, some of these episodes have like the worst titles, but it's also considered the best episode, 8.38. And you're like, SpongeBob has higher ratings than that. I do not care. It's like that episode because Hedgehog is super smart. She gets a lot of pressure from her parents, and her father wants her to go to business camp instead of like a magical camp, and she and Oscar learn how to stop time. Like they go and they find the magic moon rock, and they just throw it at the moon. And I'm like, the moon's so far away from you, and she hits the moon. She hits the moon, and I'm like, oh my god, she hit the moon. And oh my god. Okay, number 2 is Feeling Spacey. Now, I actually would put this not in like top 3 best. In fact, In fact, I do like I'm surprised Computer Vampire isn't on here. Ice Cream Headache? Okay. Ice Cream Headache is about a 7 out of 10 for me. Certainly. Oh, it is 7.6 out of 10. Oh, God. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's that high, like, to get number 9 on the best episodes list. Because, like, the very first second of the episode is gotta be the most uncomfortable scene in the entire. Now, if you don't know, just watch Oscar and Hedgehog's Melody. I like this episode. It's like you find out Hedgehog plays the piano, and when I first watched this when I was like 9 in summer 2020, because I didn't turn 10 until September 2020, I actually was surprised because, hey, character plays the piano like I do. And yeah, right. So most of these, so they're either from season 2, season 4, or season 1, part 1. The Basketball Diaries, I have not seen that episode, surprise, surprise. So Glowworm, I never really saw that one. Season 2? I thought that aired in season 4. Susie and Ramona, Monster. Okay, Monster Visit isn't actually that bad. Isn't actually that good of an episode, in my opinion. Oh, hi. Many people, or it's probably the same person that comes to my stream and just like, what's up? Hedgehog Werewolf. Now, surprise, surprise, this episode is actually good, but I do not like werewolves. I do not like the transformation scene, but it's not that bad either. Saxophone Come Home, I got bored by that. Pajama. Pepper's blanket is missing. That's my number one favorite. Oh my god, this episode's awesome. It's like, so Pepper is a panda, and I can like introduce a character. So Lucy's got to be my third favorite character because she's really funny. She reminds me a lot of myself because she's sarcastic, and yeah, that. Oliver, he's musical too. So basically, Max, Oliver, Lucy, Pepper, Oscar, and Hedgehog are in Oscar's cabin. Either Hedgehog or Oscar's cabin. And Hedgehog's reading like a detective story, and it's to the part she's like, Boof Macaroni was on the ground. Yes, it's his actual name. And she's like, and they're really scared by it, and then she's like, the lights go out, and Pepper starts screaming, like, my blanket's missing! And then they're basically like, okay, who stole your blanket? And I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but it's actually a really good episode. It's my number one favorite, so go check that out. Chocolate Money Badgers. Okay, I actually like that one too, because Oscar is actually smart. Surprise, surprise, I know his characters revolved around being dumb. But Chocolate Money Badgers, okay, so that episode, I'd say third favorite. Third favorite because I actually like it. Susie's art. Sorry. Basketball Diaries, I really did not like that one. Pepper in the Fog. I did not watch anything above season 2. Ghost of the Boy. Oh, yeah, it's like the episode where they find a ghost and they try to go find its family. And they go into this, like, swamp. And then we learn, like, the ghost has 2 dads. And I'm like, oh, cool. We don't see much of them, but it's a cool cameo for, like, character with 2 dads. Light as a Feather. Jeremiah. Oh, Jeremiah, ew. Oh, yeah, I already talked about these. So let's talk about the worst episodes. Oh, let's talk about SpongeBob. Actually, no, wait. My least favorite episode in the entire series is anything. I don't know. I mean, there were like 2 episodes I liked from season 2. From season 1, part 2. That was the one where they tried to cure Alice's illness, and which wasn't even a good episode, and Cosmic Bupkis. Now, let me just tell you a little something about that episode. It funny. Well, it's not funny. It's like they try to go see a comet, but then the storm comes and like they're trying to go see it, and they go to a cabin, Ramona's cabin from Fuzzy Time Babies, and it's really funny. And I kid you not, the cloud comes in because they like go to a cabin. It's really cool. Cloud comes in. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, so like I don't know if it was before. I haven't seen the episode in like a long time, but I think it was like before they went. And they're like, "Hey, Cloud, could you move? We're trying to get up." And he's like, "Okay, sure. We're gonna have the best things in the house for this comment." And they're like, and he's like, "Wait, did you say comment? Let me in!" And he just like blocks their view. And so they go to a cabin, and the comment comes in, and they're like, "Yeah, it was fun until you decided to ruin it." And he's like, "It felt lonely." And oh my god, and he grabs the two people, and I kid you not, here's what he says. So he's like, "What's your sign?" "I'm an Aries." That was such a random line in the episode. In fact, like, my favorite zodiac sign, one of them is an Aries. I like Aries. They're nice. Okay, SpongeBob. SpongeBob's my favorite show. So, honestly, so one of my favorite episodes from the series is Scavenger Pants. I'm going to give that review like Phantom Strider did. Actually, let's talk about overrated episodes. So I think the most overrated episode from that series is Club SpongeBob. I mean, Phantom said jellyfishing, but I'm like, no, jellyfishing wasn't even, well, it was bad, but it wasn't like as bad as Club SpongeBob. Okay, let's talk about Summer Camp Island. I'm tired. I think the only one I actually cared about from season 4 is the one where like they go to the etiquette class. They go to an etiquette class and like the etiquette class is very classy, and they're like, "Don't open the door for a ghost." And Oscar accidentally keeps doing it, and they're like, "You're rude. You don't do that." And he's like, "I'm sorry," and he keeps doing it, and it's horrible. And then he eventually like fails the class. No, wait, he passes the class in the end, but the teacher still hates him. Anyways, I'd say one of my top 3 episodes from season 1 is Computer Vampire. Like the one, I'm surprised it wasn't on the best episodes list. It's the one where Oscar finds a computer. Like they try to go, like Oscar and Hedgehog try to go look for a summer camp, like a mountain in the library, and she does it, and Hedgehog doesn't find it. I'd say the show is like the Oscar show now. And I'm like, "Where's Hedgehog? She made like 3 appearances in season 5. I'm like, okay, you made 3 appearances in season 5. Maybe 4. I'm trying to be generous. Maybe 4. Anyway, so SpongeBob. Now, unlike Summer Camp Island, where SpongeBob became dumber in season 2, he actually became like dumber after season 5. Now, I like modern SpongeBob, like the really, really, really modern seasons because they're so good. I'm getting bored. I'm gonna talk about this later. Alright, bye-bye. Ew, this is shit, man.